See, there's a reason, especially going through the vortex through different solar systems and constellations. There's a reason why they use A through Z, 0 through 9 and 0 in the solar system. It's very powerful. A lot of people don't understand that. I am a chosen being that will make it off the universe, this planet, and an extraterrestrial crowd. Hey, girl, can you say bling bling?
All right, Steven's got an anecdote. He's ready to regale us with some stories.
Oh,
I hope
here
this
we go.
will fly well.
All right. Fly well.
We should put your anecdotes in the middle of
You
the
know,
episode so
I
that
just-
people get there instead of just leaving immediately.
I think that's what Orville Wright said before. They're like, I hope this flies well. I don't know.
Well, I love his popcorn, so I guess he was successful in
Let's
some,
throw this in the bowl and see if the
in
cat licks
some
it up.
capacity.
All right, so have you ever like talked to someone just like somebody you barely know? I know you don't.
Yeah. Like an
barely
acquaintance.
know.
An acquaintance.
And it's, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And they respond with just the worst fucking thing ever.
I have AIDS. They look you dead in the face and they say, I have AIDS, as well as every member of my immediate family.
So I was at Tango, because that's what I do. And now there's a guy that me and my friends have seen before, and he's clearly like Asperger's or autistic or something.
Okay.
And
he's awkward. Let's just call him awkward. It's because that's
he's an older guy too, and he's also pretty creepy when he dances with some of the girls. He does some things that are questionable.
Just touching their butts.
Anyway, so it was funny. He was gonna go. He like stood up to ask my female friends like, would you like to dance? As soon as he did that, my male friend saw this and just completely cut him off. And he's like, hey, do you want to dance? Yes. And so then they left. And so
brutal.
he just
cucked that guy.
I know. So
Alpha.
then he just like was like, oh well, and just sat down. And I'm sitting there and I'm feeling kind of awkward.
Do you want to dance?
Yeah,
You're not a pretty girl.
So I turn to say, well, how are you
Hey
doing?
man, fuck that bitch. Am I right?
Women.
Let's go make out together as cool man.
Why are we having sex with women when we could have sex with dudes?
So I asked him.
I never thought about it like that. Thanks, Steven.
No, you're right. But I asked him, how's it going? How are you doing? And he is, well, it's okay. I'm going on part-time disability. And it's like, that's something like that. Just like, oh, that's too bad.
He's just retarded from like 5 to 8.
He only strokes out once, like 1 hour a day.
He can only be disabled 29 hours a week, so that his job doesn't pay for his health insurance.
But it's shitty.
And then he says, like, and I'm living at home with my mom. I have to take care of her because she's sick. I was like, oh, that's terrible.
He just keeps going.
He's
and
doing the
then
thing.
I ask him, it's like, if you don't mind me asking, or on disability. Oh, I have cancer. And it's like, oh, shit.
Ooh, lad.
It's like, all right, this guy.
That's not funny. I know. What the fuck are you doing laughing at this man's
I'm not
cancer?
laughing at his cancer.
So,
I'm laughing with his
this guy,
cancer.
This guy.
Episode whatever this is,
guy's
Ethan
gotta be
loves
at
cancer, thinks it's hilarious.
This guy's got to be at least 50. Lives with his mom, who's dying, and he's dying, and his disability is being cut. And
I feel like the guy who came in and swooped and stole that girl. I think the guy who swooped in and stole the girl thinks that he was doing the right thing by doing that, but instead he's ruined this cancer-ridden guy's day.
I mean, no, he's done things like rubbing the girl's back and stuff, and that's just like that's.
If you had cancer, you'd rub butts all day. Don't you
Butts, I
fucking
said
lie to
back.
me. That's whatever.
They're the same thing.
Step one, shave head. Step 2, touch butts. I think that's the cancer checklist.
I call the back the upper butt. So
Prefaces.
And so I'm asking.
It's just
him,
as mysterious.
Exactly. Let's go. What do you do? He's like, oh, I tune pianos. Oh, that's cool. I haven't had a job in 8 months. I was like, sometimes he says, sometimes I play at the old folks' home. Oh, do they like it? Some of them do.
You met the saddest of sads.
no, but what if his life's actually totally fine and he's just
what
fucking
kind of
with
piano
you?
do you play? Oh, jazz. And I'm like, I know some jazz, and we just start talking jazz, and it gets a little better.
What do you like, entry-level Miles Davis shit?
Yeah.
And you just...
No, he likes some good stuff.
Don't tell me what stuff. I just need to know the rest of the story.
That's about it. So after that,
see, that's a very Steven thing to say. That's about it. So after that,
Yeah.
So I'm talking to another woman there, and she asks like, "Oh, were you just talking to the autistic guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you say?"
We gotta label him like that.
And I know, that's what she did.
That's mean as fuck.
And I'm like, well, he lives with his mom who's dying, and he has cancer, and his disability's being cut, and he hasn't had a job in 8 months.
Serves him right for having autism, says this.
Likes jazz, though.
No, but she's like, has he done any creepy, though?
She actually said that. That's mean as fuck.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
You're living like a high school drama.
I felt so bad.
I don't think it's a high school drama, but...
So that's my short anecdote.
Just like Degrassi.
About
Just
the
like
most
Degrassi.
depressing guy I've ever met in my entire life.
So he ruined your night.
And it's hilarious.
That's not very hilarious, Steven. I'm gonna have to veto that hilarity.
So, welcome to the Three Aweebos. After
We're
that,
back.
That hilarious.
We're back and just
shit.
as sensitive and fucking hilarious as ever.
We're back from no hiatus because we've made all of our episodes.
100% consibancy.
Yep. Yeah. So that was an anecdote to start things off with kooky. It's a kooky anecdote.
We need to ban Steven from opening anecdotes after that one. I think that was the final straw.
But I love it.
We're done.
I love watching him just start off. It's like, imagine if the Titanic sunk at the dock. You know what I mean? It's just it's immediate train wreck.
Like it's going to crash.
Yeah,
But that would be less tragic. Like, what if the Titanic made it almost all the way there and then sank at the other dock?
But then they could just swim to shore.
Because that shows shows that they've been doing really well for that entire time.
So like 2 miles from the dock, and then they sink.
Yeah. There's no redemption, and it's exploding at the beginning. You know what I mean?
I had the opening anecdote.
And the iceberg is like super big and obvious.
Yeah, and we're just kind of
no one can see it because they're just drunk.
It's kind of like the drag car that blows up at the start line.
Well, I mean, that's just like the Columbia.
Yeah, something like that. Sure.
Yeah, the Columbia exploded on its way back.
Did it?
Yeah, you're thinking of the
Challenger.
I'm
sorry. Yeah,
really uplifting podcast.
This is the Three Aweebos. I'm Ethan.
9/11.
I'm Steven.
That's Steven. That's Declan.
I'm the Rape of Nanking. Hi, how's it going?
The Rape of Nanking is my favorite
of Nanking.
My favorite of all major horror.
Yep, good.
Okay, and we're going to talk about anime on this anime podcast.
No, we're not.
We watched a movie that I don't know the name of.
It happened again. Steven couldn't finish anime, so we watched a movie.
Well, no. Why would you say that? We were planning on watching a movie anyway.
We were planning on watching a movie, but we're also just not going to record as many episodes as we needed to. Whatever.
Oh,
Who the fuck cares? So this movie is called Psychic School Battle, or
sure.
Or what's the actual title?
Nerawareta. Edit that out. Nerawareta Gakuen.
Yeah.
Gakuen.
So, Steven, do you want to try to tell people what this is about? This whole business?
Is that a yes? Us a quick... Are you asking me to... Should I do the...
Yeah,
do the thing.
This is an official podcast.
Do the thing.
All right.
Hens love roosters, geese love ganders, everyone else loves...
Steven trying to explain anime.
Okay, so if the second you fuck up, we're going to take over.
The second you say something that's not factually correct about this movie,
done. You're out.
I'm going to give you a buzzer, and then you're done.
Yeah.
You're done for the rest of this episode.
You can't waste an entire episode on this. So.
This is terrible.
And go.
Shit, there's so much pressure.
Hold on.
This is a show.
Before he does this.
Whoa! What a show!
Unprecedented!
Wow! First, nope, you're done, son. That's it. You are officially...
This is a movie.
It's over.
This is a movie.
Nope, that's it.
That has nothing to do with the plot.
Unprecedented disaster.
Oh my god. We were expecting him to last maybe 10 seconds, maybe get a few sentences in.
Dude,
nope.
first sentence.
I fucked up my fourth word.
Not even the first sentence. First sentence, third word. No, fourth word.
Fourth word.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Just continue.
Can I restart?
No.
I think we give him another go. I think we give him one more try.
Oh, but we set the rule. We can't just break rules.
I know, but
rules.
But it's it's like how if you're playing T-ball, you get 3 strikes and then you put it up on the tee. Well, now he's on the tee.
Even more pressure then.
That's not.
This is a movie.
Okay, there's a good start.
About a junior high school in Japan. And they're trying to force a cell phone policy. The student council.
Good.
Is trying to enforce a cell phone policy.
Well,
where you can.
This is the most important part of the entire movie, I think.
Yeah. This is definitely
the most pertinent information.
Cell phones in the school. Now, some guy from the moon. comes to Earth. He time traveled to Earth
From the moon.
Oh, sorry, I hit it by accident.
He's right, he's right.
You're still right. That was a muscle twitch.
Comes to give people psychic abilities. No, to find people who have potential psychic abilities
And then awaken them.
awake their abilities. And so you won't need cell phones to communicate because you can use
look
your
like
psychic
you look like you were
abilities.
balancing on the tiniest little tightrope. Your face is all scrunched up. You look like you're trying. You look like you're a POW, like being forced to make a propaganda video.
I think
You might not know this,
I
but
think
there's a
he's-
gun pointed to my head right
I
now.
think he's trying to do like a lie detector test. He's got his. He's
trying
like,
to keep his
I'm
heart
like,
rate
did you
stable.
did you
watching
rape
you
that
guys.
bitch? I was like, maybe I didn't
no.
rape that girl.
Meanwhile, in this movie, there's a whole bunch of love stuff going on.
Whole bunch of
can't-
love stuff.
Where a
you can't just
guy-
be as vague as possible and
Okay.
then say, I got it.
A guy likes a girl.
Oh, what are the names, Steve?
I'm not going to disclose that information yet.
All right.
I'm not going to describe
Okay.
this animu until I have access to
All
a
right,
lawyer.
so there are these two friends, a guy and a girl.
Just give me one name.
and
Give me the guy's name.
No.
It's
I refuse.
The girl likes the guy, but the guy likes someone else. And there's a lot of really pissed off emotions. And,
I hit it by accident again.
okay. And
Declan.
It
Do you
ends
want to
up
just? Do you want
working
to just?
pretty well.
Hold on. Head him off with the pass here. What are the names? Just hit him with the names so he can use the names.
You have to use them in...
Main boy is Kenji, or Ken.
Right. Ken.
We'll get into how great she is, but Tomboy is Natsuki. Mm-hmm. And then Kana Hanazawa, I'm just going to call her Kana Hanazawa. You don't need to know her actual name.
Okay, Kanazawa. Okay.
Because and Moon guy is Roichi Kyogoku.
I believe he goes by Kyo Goku most of the film.
Sure.
Okay,
Oh, it's Daisuke Ono.
keep going.
So, with the lovey-dovey stuff, things work out pretty well because of some...
And then things happen.
things happen, and...
Wait. You gotta. Are you actually describing the narrative right now? I can't tell.
No, I feel like we're going to discuss this later, so I don't want to give everything away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a brief
Fuck
synopsis.
it. Keep going.
In fact, maybe you shouldn't
And-
give
and
away the
then-
whole plot because I want us to re-experience. I want.
You're asking the guy that knows the least amount about what happened in this.
But I just don't want you to just blurt out the ending because I want this episode to emotionally build up to the ending we experienced.
Give me the IMDb summary.
Yeah. I mean, he already did.
Okay, so there's that.
Students at a junior high school in Japan try to create a cell phone policy while other people are
He always
becoming
says the cell phone
psychics,
policy
and he's-
first.
All right.
Okay, you're
Wait,
good.
hold-
No, you
and-
did
you're
it,
good.
Steven. You can
And
stop.
this movie
You can
was
stop.
done
Steven,
in
it's
live
over.
action.
It's over. It's
This
over.
movie was done in live
So
action.
are you trying to
Oh,
get
you're
him?
suiciding?
Yes.
You're just kamikazing this
live
shit?
action. There we go. I fucked up. Now
All
I'm
right.
gonna end.
So-
that went way too long.
So,
I mean, you could have just stopped. It didn't have to end when you fucked up.
Declan, you
Why did you do
never
that?
just stop.
Okay.
Okay, so
Crash and burn.
this is a show.
movie.
A movie.
This is a movie.
I made the same mistake. Hit me with the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He deserves it.
Damn. I made
this-
this.
he
treat everyone
This is a
equally here.
movie based on a 1973 science fiction novel by Taku Mayumura.
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
What?
That's
Yeah.
73.
It's been adapted into. I'm literally reading the first sentence of the Wikipedia summary.
Okay.
It has been adapted into 4 television dramas in 1977, 1982, 1987, and 1997.
So this has legs, is what you're saying.
It's got some legs, but we'll get to Natsuki later. But why don't I have a rim shot on this fucking
It's a
soundboard?
banger. It's a banger.
Can I improvise a rim shot out of? Here, let's see.
Yeah.
There.
Okay. Yeah.
What was I talking about?
You're talking about
My sunrise.
Sunrise.
Not Gohan's, as you would think by watching it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
That's all the
so-
background.
That's it.
Okay, so this movie.
Yes.
The first thing you notice about this movie is that there's fucking rainbows everywhere.
It's rather aggressive with its color palette.
It's
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Hey,
Well, that's not
do
true.
you like filters, son?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
like-
like bright ass colors all over your screen?
Uh-huh. And a lot of sakura petals for a while, and then it stops.
Tons of fucking sakura petals, and everything is orange sometimes, but sometimes it's
There's not a
purple
gray
and
in
blue.
there.
And if it's just daytime, then there's rainbows.
They blew their sakura petal budget at the beginning of the movie, and then they just kind of had to use it intermittently.
There was a point, we were watching this movie, at which we thought something was something was fucked up with these sakura petals. Like, we thought they might be an actual plot point because they were in places they shouldn't be.
Like inside buildings.
Like inside trains.
Train was the most egregious one.
We were thinking, like, wait, is this going to be a story about how, like, they live in this village and they're constantly being dogged by these sakura petals, and they're
getting in the classroom and
stuff. There's this daily struggle of having to deal with all these fucking
Now
sakura
I want to watch
petals.
that movie. I want to
Sounds
see the
alright.
politics surrounding having to clean up all these sakura petals every day.
Or it's just like a semi-metaphorical, like, fooly-cooly, like, it's always sakura petals.
But instead it's nothing.
But yeah, instead it's just like, hey, we wanted to put a lot of sakura
It went
petals.
And
went
bubbles.
from tons of sakura petals to
Yes.
then rain to then
Well,
it's always
there was
sunset.
like one scene of rain, and then there's a lot of sunset.
A lot of sunset.
So
I like it, though.
Beyond,
pretty.
beyond the
It was pretty.
aesthetic.
It was
Oh,
good looking.
speaking of good looking, character designs.
Yeah.
They were very, very nice looking character designs.
So much
yeah.
good fashion.
Yes, good Japanese weird fashion where nothing makes sense. Wearing
Sure.
wearing.
Just got overalls,
It was not practical
jumpsuits.
fashion. It was just stylish.
I mean, if you're
yeah.
wearing practical fashion, you're basically working class scum, Stephen.
Damn.
Sitting here wearing a flannel.
I'm also sitting. I'm not wearing flat. Whatever. So, where do we even go from here? There's characters. Ken.
Wait, more about the setting though. They live on this I don't know if it's on an island, but they're near the ocean,
It's gorgeous.
and it's just so pretty. And they're like, there's mountains and
It's the most
forests.
idyllic location that's ever existed.
There's
Yes.
wood bridges.
In the school property, like there's like
it's just a junior high.
there's
Yes.
the most expensive junior high that's ever been built ever.
Pretty nice.
Question.
Yeah.
Culture question.
Okay.
All right. Our junior high is just 7th and 8th grade. Is it the same for them?
In Japan, junior high is 8th and 9th, I think.
I think that's right. I think it's 3 per. I think you get 3. No.
Is it 7, 8, 9?
I think it might be 7, 8, 9 because I think you get
And then 10, 11, 12?
3 grades per school.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Yeah. However, it's different even here in
Yep, 7, 8, and 9. I looked it up.
in the West. It's different as well in like different places. Whatever.
I'm sure it is.
These-
I know a lot of junior highs also
Okay.
have a 9th grade in there.
So it's 7.
Yeah, these rooms look like they were designed by Shaft or someone because it's just everything is shiny and huge for Japan.
I made the joke at one point that
It's the
they took a
glossiest-
look from they took inspiration from the Monica lookbook where everything's way too fucking big
Yep.
and there's nothing happening in
sort
it.
of futuristic.
Except reflections and
well,
glossiness.
except main dude's room, it's just full of goddamn trains.
He's
in
an
rainbows.
exception because it's down to earth.
What?
I don't know. So do we want to brush these characters really quick? Just give them some texture.
I know a few characters I'd like to brush.
Yeah, Ken.
Oh,
am I right?
yeah.
Ken.
Yeah, his
So
hair's just a mess.
Ken's a little weak boy, and he's a wimp.
But like he's kind of peppy and like he likes the abuse. So he's
Does he?
He just doesn't get girls.
but who does?
I mean, yeah.
Right.
He's a little dense.
a little.
My anime protagonist is a little bit dense.
Yeah.
How could this be?
He doesn't know that this girl that he
Has been childhood friends with.
forever is deeply in love with him, in spite of the fact that she goes out of her way to show him that every second by abusing him.
By
being tsundere.
literally
Yeah,
being the worst. Like,
most tsundere in history.
oh, it's
She
awful.
could not stop hitting him.
But
Yes,
but the
she
violence.
can't stop hitting
the violence.
him. She got him arrested.
The first scene, she gets him arrested. Well,
yes.
not really, but she
reports him
calls,
to a cop.
She
She
points.
sicks the cops on.
She points.
I felt that
out-
was a bit extreme because I'm like, is this the actual kind of relationship they have? But they really don't have that like kind of relationship the rest of the
No,
movie.
but the violence does keep escalating.
Yes.
Like it gets.
Once drama starts getting involved,
It gets to a comical level. Like this movie's mostly down to earth, except for all the supernatural stuff with Moon Guy.
Yeah, which is yeah.
But then like she keeps hitting him with bigger and larger things, and the hits keep getting harder. And then at one point he just has a little nut cannon that he shoots at her window.
And breaks her window pane like.
yeah, and
he
then
puts cracks
breaks
in it.
her.
It was
Yeah.
like a recorder at first. He was shooting out of like a
It
recorder.
looked like it had been modified from a recorder.
And then he had a sight to it in a scene that was like very slapstick. Like it was.
It was cartoony.
almost didn't fit.
no, but I liked it.
Yeah. I like that. And then so we covered Tsundere Girl.
Did we?
Who's mad sexy?
She's so cute.
She hits on every like it's short hair,
Sporty.
sporty, tomboy, wears weird things that are really appealing, like overalls and suspenders.
Yeah.
Not
Great
not in
hats.
unison. Yeah,
Or a great hat.
Great hat.
I don't know how many hats she wears.
She floats around. Like it seems like gravity doesn't really apply to her.
No, she just hops
Oh,
around
yeah.
and just like does
Does
backflips and
impossible
shit.
gymnastics.
Yeah,
Like
and
yeah,
it's-
standing back flips
Sure. Yeah, and she'll just hop around on her hands
because
instead
she
of her
can.
feet. And it's great.
She vaults stuff.
yeah.
Sure.
She'll just hop around on people and like fly around them like an astronaut.
Then there's Boring Girl.
Long hair
Whose name
girl?
I forgot. Yeah, Boring Long Hair.
Kana
Hanazawa. Who doesn't really get much to do in the movie, if I'm
Well, no,
not wrong.
she's fairly important.
But she doesn't really do much.
Right.
She's just kind of like an object for...
Wait, she's different than the first girl that gets her psychic ability revealed, right?
Yes, that's a different girl.
Yeah. She never
Okay.
does. She never gets her psychic ability revealed.
No.
Yeah.
Kana Hanazawa is the girl that Ken likes,
Yes.
who is not his childhood friend, because, so
And
he likes her, and Natsuki is jealous. But he doesn't know that,
And
because he's Japanese.
boring ass girl is
Kana Hanazawa.
is into
Moon guy.
Ryogoku.
That's not his...
Ryugoku.
Nope. Kyogoku.
Kyogoku. is it his first name Ryoji or something?
Ryoichi.
Ryoichi Kyogoku, whose name I cannot pronounce.
Let's talk about this guy.
So he's from the moon,
But, okay.
but also the future.
But that's the least interesting thing about him, because this dude, this fucking dude,
You know you're a good guy when being from the moon is the
is
least interesting thing.
the most bishonen. Fucking everything he says, there's like a sunset and a rainbow behind him, and his hair is fluttering in the breeze.
his like things he say are like the word equivalent of that. It's like saying
he like talks in haikus. He's just
It's kind of like it's kind of how I imagine if I ever met Tom Cruise or something. Just like
But no, like Tom Cruise seems down to earth. This guy is just like it's like you know how in a normal anime like there'll be a fantasy. And then, like, he'll come, like, the guy will come and rescue you, and he'll say something real stupid and cheesy,
always the
and it's
fantasy.
comical.
Yeah.
This guy says stuff like that.
Seriously.
Every one of his lines is like he's on a horse in a knight's costume.
it's like someone saw Kaworu and took it as a challenge. Like, can
And
we
so,
do it?
like,
Can we one up
what
this?
if I took this to a level where
Yeah.
it is hilarious?
Yeah.
Instead
Yes.
of just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
the conversations they have in this show, just between friends, are really weird. There's like
Who
that's-
talks like this?
Well, that's
I
just
know.
subtitles.
Yeah.
Like that's just you can't.
Well, still,
But
it's
translate.
still,
like what if we had a deeper connection in our hearts?
it's pretty
Like, it was, like,
overwrought.
It was weird.
That's
While
just-
climbing
Have you seen
climbing
anime
mountains
before?
together.
Okay,
Never.
so
Okay. Oh yeah,
What
I
is
forgot.
what is uname?
That's nothing. Don't worry about it.
and then there's a grandpa, and then there's a kid who is she's narcoleptic. She needs to get some
You
fucking
can't
sleep.
just say there's a grandpa. It's Ken's grandpa.
Ken's grandpa.
And his little Down syndrome sister who's
Yes.
always so tuckered out she could barely move.
Which is really, they should get you checked out.
Or like she
it's
has
a
she
thyroid
has
problem.
epilepsy and they got her on the medical marijuana because she's just stoned out of her goddamn mind all day.
Yep. Yeah.
And she's always in a little like animal pajamas.
Which is a cool thing to be
Yeah,
on, to be in if
cute.
you're a kid.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to wear.
She looks
I
so
still wear them
bummed.
sometimes.
Yeah, she everyone is like enamored with how crazy and beautiful everything that's happening is, and she's just kind of like, I don't think this is actually that beautiful. Yeah.
She was born in the colorfulness and in the light.
Yeah.
All right, that was a stretch there, Stephen.
So that's characters, I guess. Are we
Yes.
set? Oh, and there's like Moon Guy has a little Pokemon who helps him out, who talks.
Yeah.
And then, spoiler alert, way later, that turns out to be his dad
For no reason.
for no reason.
Maybe it's his avatar into the past that he can send without sending himself in. Maybe.
No.
Well, you think it's just his dad for no reason?
I think they just made
he
him
also
dad.
like evolves after.
He just gets bigger. And
Well,
then-
yeah, we'll get to that because we have to. So, when I said we should watch this, I was like, I heard a lot of people get confused by this and don't really know entirely what's going on.
Yeah.
And then we watched it. We were like, this is easy. And then the last like 10 minutes happened.
Yeah, it's kind of like it is a fuck you sort of confusion where it's like I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of confusing stuff, and then the movie's like, hey, fuck you, and then you get to the end of the credits.
I
and
think
it's
the
like, never mind.
confusing stuff is also kind of unfair to a degree, where it's like,
You didn't have to hurt my brain.
yeah, I don't know.
There's
I
already
don't think it's
so much
This wasn't
going
necessary.
on.
yeah. It just adds levels of like obscurity that just kind of aren't really needed. I don't know. Maybe that was what they're
Or
going
maybe
for.
they were needed, and we're just not smart enough.
Oh no. Whatever will I do?
So this movie starts out,
Yes.
and it's a school, and they're trying to do the cell phone thing, and that's mentioned, and then you're immediately like, okay, there's going to be a lot of cell phone metaphors.
Yes.
And there were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
Okay, then I think the immediate next thing is that fucking Ryogoku.
All right, yeah. The first scene is him showing up, and
Kyogoku.
Ken meets him.
And
He's just like, hey, and they're just chilling.
And what's that thing that you're just playing with? That's obviously some crazy.
Obviously magic.
Yeah. And then that just kind of ends.
And he's a transfer student.
Yes.
You guys a transfer student.
And then quirky Ken runs into class late scene before the transfer student thing happens. Mm-hmm. And then how long after that does Kyogoku take girl and awaken her power?
That's a while afterwards. I think
Really?
there was a while. There was just because it had to establish the love
Yes.
quad line, whatever you'd call it.
Yeah.
The quad list.
A love clusterfuck.
Love. Yeah. It's a love path. You just
Yes.
And also build like the rest of the characters' trust for Moon Guy.
Yes. Moon Guy. Yeah.
Just by being
Moon Guy. Yeah.
He plays the piano.
And
plays
gets girls wet.
Oh,
because
and
he's-
also kind of Hanazawa likes Moon Guy. That's the completion of the love thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a
There's no reciprocation.
no.
Oh, actually, no. Moon
Except
Guy
they
does.
make out.
Moon Guy does like kind of Hanazawa,
Yes.
sort of.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, I'm from the moon. I can't love you.
Yeah.
We're literally from two different worlds.
Yes.
I gotta return to the moon.
No, we can't be there yet.
Okay. So, oh my God! It's because even trying to talk, I forgot what happened. Because there's so much shit.
I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happened. Wikipedia doesn't have.
And
a
it's
plot
not because
summary.
that part's confusing. It's just because the rest of it required so much brain work that like I just that stuff got pushed in the back of my mind.
It was such a mix of plots and subplots. It's hard to separate them.
It looks pretty.
It
When it isn't looking like shit.
Oh my God. I mean, I think it's always looking pretty, and I think that is the weird thing about it.
There's so much fucking there's
It's
so many
pretty.
lens flares.
It's so pretty. It's distracting.
Absolutely. Because we
like
but
it
but
looks like
it's too much. It's too much.
prisms.
It's
everywhere.
too unrefined. It's like it is absolute prettiness and no nothing to really grab onto.
Yeah.
So eventually, shit starts going down when Moon Guy. So there's a girl who had to repeat the 8th grade
Yes.
because of some cell phone incident that I don't think they ever got into.
No. I think she was snapping coochie pics during the class period.
Oh,
No, I don't think that's what that was.
it could have been
I'm going to assume it was.
because they didn't say. So it's got to be something lewd, right?
Uh-huh.
Or maybe she was suspended.
So she's
because
about
of cell
to
phone use.
What?
Or maybe she's suspended due to cell phone use because that's what they were talking about during the movie.
That policy didn't exist yet. They didn't.
there was
the
a
year
form
before.
of it.
It was
though.
the year before they banned cell phones.
Maybe she cheated on an exam or something using a cell phone.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's like a
Maybe.
reasonable.
They were talking about how they decided to have the cell phone policy because the year before
Yes,
a lot of
Steve.
people were getting hurt because
No.
of it. It's like hurt feelings and stuff.
No.
don't think
This is no. This actually no. This is.
I don't remember them saying a lot of people. It was.
It was.
Just
People.
people.
It was distracting in the classroom.
Remember they were in that
It was
lecture.
probably nudies then, right?
Yeah, coochie pics.
Yeah.
Why coochie?
And-
Why do you
and
always
so
jump
it's
to
like,
coochie,
oh,
Ethan?
I'm always after the coochie.
Someone's feelings got hurt. Better get rid of it for everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
modern society.
she's about to somehow kill herself by jumping off this 10-foot cliff into the ocean.
She's a bit of a pussy. Like just do it. Don't
amateur.
don't hold on with your fingertips. We'd like to let you know. It gets better. Okay, so not the movie, the life.
Suicide.
The moon guy saves
you
her.
get better at killing yourself.
And then he makes her into a psychic.
Yes. Which is not a good thing to do to somebody.
Apparently not, but she likes
Can't
it.
handle your own feelings. Try being connected to everyone else's feelings.
Yeah, you're already overwrought with emotion because you're 14 or 13. Here, have everyone else's. It sounds terrible.
We should explain. All right, so the psychic ability that they are given isn't so much. It's not like mind reading or anything. It's just you're able to understand their emotions.
Yeah, you get
right?
a broad
Yes.
idea of what they're thinking. But then at certain points they are just talking to each other through their minds, right? Doesn't it happen
kinda
later
like
on?
The Shining, isn't it?
I don't. It's never
yeah.
explicitly stated what that
Right.
means.
Yeah, it's
But-
just like the the psychics are like the synths in Fallout 4. Just like no one really knows where they are or what they're doing. They're just hanging out.
Yeah, but
There you go.
they become a
I
hive
didn't
mind at the
play
end of the
games.
movie, and then they kind of want everybody to get the psychic abilities for some reason.
Yes, the psychicness is spreading, and the psychics don't want cell phones because
because then
It's
people
interfering with their form of communication.
because they if somebody has a cell phone, they don't need the psychic thing,
yeah.
and they want everybody to have the psychic thing so that they can stop the end of the world.
But okay, so I guess all the psychics are in on the end of the world thing.
I don't know if they are, but they're just doing it anyway because they want everybody to be psychic like them so they can understand what they're thinking.
Well, oh wait, also...
Oh, okay,
Alright,
I guess.
But the reason why he wants to make everyone psychic is because... Alright, so
Oh, yeah, we
he's
didn't
from
explain
the-
this part.
He's from the future.
On the
Okay.
moon.
Yes, they're on the moon
And
because...
Because the Earth's been destroyed.
Because the Earth cannot sustain human life anymore. You know...
Yeah.
It's always
420
funny.
blazing...
But the best part is that they
Environmentalism.
decide to go somewhere more habitable. The moon.
Right.
The Earth
So-
is no longer fit for human
They
life.
probably could have
And-
gone to
but
the
his
could have gone to
explanation
Mars.
was-
Not that that's much better.
That's
but
not much better.
No, but it's
That's
got
more
water.
far
It's
away.
Their
got water.
explanation was something like
They probably
the
have
Earth
water.
could have they could go back to Earth.
Earth would have healed up in a few thousand years, but
Yes,
they didn't have
they didn't have the resources to do that.
yes,
so
so
he
it's-
went back to the past or something to give them the psychic abilities so it could somehow prevent anything.
Wait,
from
because
how-
the
wait,
future
if
from
everyone
happening.
if everyone is psychic, then the Earth
then nobody's
won't.
psychic.
Then they can stop the Earth from exploding.
For some
Wait,
reason.
did people do this to themselves? I think humanity destroyed the Earth because they couldn't get their shit together. Like I think
Environmentalism.
no, but I think they. I can only assume that some kind of war caused this, right? Like maybe they nuked the Earth and because they couldn't communicate with each other in a meaningful way. Does that
They
make
should
sense?
explain that
All
shit.
right.
That's what I would get. What I gather.
It was never explained. Just assume whatever.
Something went down.
Yeah, something went down. But how come if they don't have the resources to do that, how are they sending people back in time? Is that a psychic power?
Well, no. Like they wouldn't
They're in
last
the
a few.
future,
They wouldn't
just-
last a few thousand years on the
But they
moon,
can get a couple of
Yeah,
dozen.
they lasted like 100. Then they made a time machine and went. They all went back.
Okay.
They couldn't last on Earth, but they can last on the moon.
That's what I just said.
Yes.
Stephen.
You said, but you said it differently.
Okay.
Okay, so. Oh God, because when you talk about one thing, it completely derails you from the other plots going on in the movie.
What were we talking about?
Okay.
So the psychicness starts spreading,
Yes.
and what happens then?
And then
Let's see.
and then they go to the beach.
no, that's at the very end.
That's later.
Homeboy continues to be dense,
Yeah.
and she keeps
she gets bullied out of going to school, right? Isn't that?
That's even later.
That's later. Oh my God.
Because she cannot have the psychic ability.
So much shit's happening.
She cannot have the
keep
psychic
going.
ability.
Help me out here.
And so because of that, she's being bullied by people.
That's the
who
end of the
do.
movie, apparently, though.
The conflict between Ken and Natsuki. Natsuki? Natsu? Wait, hold
Yes.
on. Whoop.
Sure.
Close enough.
Natsuki. Is that he's like, man, you wouldn't know how I feel because I like this girl and she doesn't like me. And she's like, hey, I'm in love with you. And he's like, what? That's it. Imagine just like 7 scenes of that happening.
Yeah, that does happen a lot, right? Like, isn't that
A
the
lot of
entire middle of the
flashbacks.
movie?
That's
And then you get flashbacks to their childhood
But
where there were
a lot of flashbacks.
oh yeah, there's
Wait.
a bunch of really What's up?
No, keep going with the flashbacks.
Yeah, there are some flashbacks, but maybe they're dreams of them in their childhood.
But
and,
then-
Another really.
was it Ken that went back in time to stop her from dying or some bullshit?
she went back in time to stop him from dying.
Why?
It turns out
How did
because
they
he
get?
died.
How did they get access to that? But then she's the one who's dying.
Because it turns out these
Wait.
flashbacks are also like a physical place that they go to at the end of the movie.
Yes, yes, that happens. They go into they just go into the flash. They go into the semi-metaphorical flashback where like she's leaning on a hospital bed next to him, and they just
Yeah.
show up there and start
I mean,
fighting.
because
Which is cool. I like that. That's a
was
really
cool.
great image.
You can tell it's
You
a
never go. You
flashback
never go
because,
there. You never go to that place in movies.
You know, the background of these flashbacks
yeah.
are all like abstract watercolor shapes and stuff. And it's like, okay, this is clear flashback. But then at the end of the movie, they go there.
Which is neat. It's fun. I've never seen a movie where there's flashbacks going on, and then we go into the flashbacks. Like, oh, all right, that's neat. I would like to, just before we go any further, let's get a quick breakdown here. What did you guys think of it? Like, I'm befuddled, but I'm not angry. I'm just kind of like.
I liked it.
I liked it.
I was entertained.
Yeah.
And it looks so nice.
It's
really
really
nice.
like. It's fun to try to piece it together, and the characters are kind of well done in a way.
I can't hate the characters. There's no characters I just don't like.
I don't like not that I don't like her, but Hana Kanazawa's character is very thin in retrospect. But the rest of them are interesting enough.
Not saying in the boob area.
There's fun development.
We just high-fived if you couldn't hear that.
That was our balls slapping together.
Ball slap. Okay.
Hey, bro, ball slap.
I mean, kind of fun and enjoyable romantic progression.
I'm always a sucker for childhood friends that win. So
Yes.
Childhood tomboys that win.
yes, another
Dude, yes.
ball slap again.
Ball slap.
Okay.
Oh man.
And Moon Guy's cool because he's so ridiculous that it's fun to watch him talk and just wax poetic about bullshit.
And
plays the piano.
he goes from being like cool guy to like, oh, is this the antagonist, to being like cool guy again.
But so he's like, we have to fight, and then they go to the beach together.
Yeah.
And literally the next
Yeah.
scene. I don't understand. I don't understand.
But at some point, Natsuki does get bullied out of school. Why were they mad at her again?
Because she
couldn't be
because she
psychic.
brought her cell phone and refused to get psychic connection. She brought her cell phone to school. They found it in her locker, and that's why they were angry at her.
No,
That's why she was in front of the
Yeah, that's why she went to that trial.
Yeah, okay.
What happened before that?
The weird fucking trial.
Maybe because didn't she go to a shrine and then they were gonna wake her in her psychic ability, and then Ken stopped it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then she refused to go to
Because
school.
Ken, it turns out, is super special. And he has natural psychicism.
Yes.
Because
Fuck it.
fuck it. But then
Because his grandpa is something.
But then, like, his powers are semi-sealed, and then Natsuki brings her phone to school, and the student council has strengthened the anti-cell phone policy because they're all psychics and therefore
Brainwashed.
dicks.
And then, but then they want everybody to be psychic like them so they can read them.
Yes.
I guess.
So they start suspending people for bringing cell phones.
It's kind of like the Democratic Party.
Exactly.
I don't know what you're saying.
Um,
Did you guys ever really?
brainwashing when everyone else be brainwashed?
And
like
they
you?
hate cell phones.
Did you guys read that really, really like thinly veiled short story, the Wave, which is just about like how Nazism spread? It's just like an insanely thinly veiled of like, everyone just starts to go along with it, bro. You know what I mean?
That could be about anything. That could be about the Harlem Shake. Like,
I don't know. What
I wasn't asking. Hey, Ethan, what I just said was not. Hey, please do the Harlem Shake right now.
I don't know. I don't know what the song is, so whatever.
Shit.
What a time. Oh, so
When did you?
so yeah.
Trying
So
to think of how that went.
fuck it. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You don't want to know.
I believe it goes do the Harlem Shake and then people shake. So
yeah.
thinly.
Are you still going about the Wave?
No.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm done with the Wave.
You're not going along with it anymore.
No, I'm fucking stepping outside the Wave, bro.
Man, think for yourself.
The Wave in the Wave, like people just start attacking each other in. So, just go read the Wave and you'll know. Also, your computer's
Sometimes my laptop does this. I'm sorry.
no one can hear it. It's not picking up. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, how about now?
Still only like a little bit.
Wait. All right.
I'm
now
sure
you know.
You're probably going to cut that level of decibel off anyway. So whatever.
Oh well.
Go ahead.
Nazi, not Nazi, our favorite character.
Yep, the Wave.
She just is like, fuck you, takes her phone to school, and they rummage through her stuff to find it.
Oh.
And then she gets taken to the super colorful trial room in her bathing suit.
While in a one piece wearing a
Which
shirt.
turns
Yeah.
out that is. I'm into that.
I didn't know that was a fetish.
So, you know,
of
when
mine.
Why wouldn't you be into it?
She refused to have something awoken inside of her, but something was awoken inside of me when I saw this movie. That's a thing I'm into.
A booner.
Yes. Yes.
And then Homeboy just knows that this is happening, and then Grandpa's like, oh, I'm going to release his power. So he undoes his dog's collar, and then the dog runs to the... Oh, God.
I think that was when
I
we
sound
really...
like a goddamn crazy person trying to explain this shit. I don't know if I can keep doing this, you guys.
So the collar, that was when the movie officially entered what mode?
But because the dude opens the door to this dark like lecture hall where they're what's the word for interrogating her?
Yes.
And he just opens the door in his Speedo, and all the girls are freaking out. And there's this light behind him, and he looks awesome.
Yes.
And then the dog runs in, and everything goes nuts.
And then he pulls a phone out of his crotch.
He pulls the phone out of his crotch and throws it on the ground like,
And then
it touched my
slides
balls.
forever like it was on ice.
And then it
crashes
starts
into a wall
smoking.
and smoking.
Yes! His boner power is fucking...
So good.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently he was swimming with it. That's my only...
You don't want that near your junk when you're swimming. That's not a good idea.
Yeah. And that's kind of like the climax in the movie is he gets his psychic powers. Or that's
And then
like,
he picks her up.
and then he carries her
Which
out,
is
and
hot,
then
which is hot.
it's
Oh,
pretty
so
great.
fucking
And then
hot.
Moon Guy's like, yes, fight. And
He's like, no, let's go to the beach.
and he's like, no, let's go to the beach. Oh, and sometime before this, Natsuki's just like, fuck it, and kisses him.
Which was amazing.
And
too.
it was great.
Oh, that was...
We got a good high five in there. It was good. Or
Yep.
ball slap. Good ball slap, too.
Ow. I'm gonna be so infertile after
Gotta
this.
stop slapping balls.
I know, dude. It sounded like a great idea to begin with, but all these ball slaps every time something awesome happens.
Yeah. It's a lot of effort because we have to drop trow and then we have to fucking...
Yeah, I'm editing out like all of the belt rattling.
Let's just give him a hint here. It's like,
Okay, yeah, it's just gotta.
Okay, all right.
Okay, just.
All right, and...
All right. Oh, I gotta get in position.
Okay. Oh! Again.
Oh, there was a little bit of taint there. A little bit of taint there. Okay.
Oh!
All right, that one was good. Zip back up.
All right, zip. That's probably the first recorded ball slap, right?
I mean, we've had
No.
like 10 this episode, so.
No, but
right.
I'm saying like we're the pioneers of the ball slap.
No, there's tons of gay porn out there that I'm sure do that.
All right.
I'm not gonna go on a quest to find it.
Sometimes you have a misfire and you hit like a bit of shaft to shaft action.
That's a little
That's
gay, to
kinda
be
gay,
honest.
yeah.
It's got a very satisfying slap, but it's a bit
gay.
disheartening.
Yeah.
So back to the movie.
They're just like, and they're so squishy that they wrap around each other but temporarily, and then.
Maybe yours is, but mine's not.
Oh, okay, well.
So
You ever seen like pictures of rats or something, or like mice that get their tails in a knot?
Rat King.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, where it's a bunch of rats that have gotten their tails in a knot.
Yeah,
And it's a horrifying
Let's make sure
monster.
we don't do that with their cocks.
Cock King.
Right.
Cock.
I mean, rats do have gigantic balls. Have you seen those things?
I mean, proportionally to their bodies, yeah.
Oh,
They're still like tiny.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah, bro.
Of course. But they just drag them along like a fucking knapsack. It's great.
You know, every so often I'll have a week where I just sit on my balls every day that week. So
Wait, you're making it sound like you're making this like an
it's a medical
occasion?
issue.
Like, I'm just gonna sit on my balls every day this week.
Like it will. There will be just.
You're just having a bad time.
I got a bad ball
it's,
week.
It's kind of like when you accidentally bite the inside of your mouth.
Yeah.
You keep biting. You
Yeah.
keep biting that.
because
Accidentally.
your balls are big and red and swollen.
So you just keep. I'm like,
I'll never
Oh, I
forget.
keep sitting on the same spot on my balls. I gotta chew on the other side of my dick.
I gotta sit down in this chair. Oh, those are my balls. I guess I don't understand anything.
When I said chair, I guess I meant balls.
I'm not gonna understand anything going on in this class period because I'm in agony.
I remember in our senior trip, you sat in your balls one time and you're in a lot of pain, and like I think it was a classmate of ours like, how's it going, man? You're like, it's going okay. You ever sat on your balls? He said it, and I was like, why would you just keep that to yourself, man?
No, because the shit was hilarious.
Sounds like you're trying to brag, really.
I have a bad ball sitting problem, a bad ball day. Is that a thing people have? I should get that checked out.
All day.
I'm gonna Google sit
people
on my
have-
balls every week.
But you're not gonna want to Google that.
I'm doing it.
Sit on my balls.
13 problems men have with their balls. Cosmopolitan.com.
Oh, Cosmo. Ooh.
Of course, it wouldn't be like BuzzFeed. That's just for women.
Men have read it. How do you not get your balls squished when you sit down? Seems like they are in the perfect position for pain. What gives?
Wait.
Top answer. Sometimes they do. You just got to learn not to sit like that. So I guess, Ethan, your problem is education. You haven't learned yet. It's been 20 years
Yo,
or
so
something.
This is why men always sit with their legs open. Man-spreading.
But once you're sit down, once you are already sat down, you don't have to worry about like sitting on your balls. So it's not like you sit
I
down
never
and
sit leaning forward, so like my balls are just gonna like.
It happens most in small chairs when you're
Right.
you're cramming yourself into like
like with
a
armrests or something, like
Yeah.
like
So
say
you sit-
a bus seat or a
and you're like,
airplane
oh,
seat.
and I'm chalked for the week. It's like, oh no, I got to strap in for a lot of ball problems. So anyway, back to this movie we watched.
I like explaining to girls how balls work. It's very fascinating.
I read a good thing about. How to
see,
explain
Ethan,
how a
here's your
boner
problem.
works.
Don't wear tight hipster pants, it says. Okay.
Is that an actual thing that it says? Or are you
Yes,
just
no, I swear.
Castrated before you do that.
These are pretty loose.
That was a comment by Reddit user.
Gape that ass.
Yeah, gape that ass. Oh.
It's Reddit user Kawaii underscore
Ding,
West.
Ding underscore dongled. Shout out to Ding dongled.
Ding dongled. Sounds like
That's a very apt name, actually, for ball problems.
Yeah,
okay, so we watched the movie, and
so Moon Guy is like, hey, I want to fight you for no goddamn reason. And also, slightly before this, he had hinted that he and Ken are related.
Or at least they have similar pasts, or connected pasts.
Well, no, he was talking, Moon Guy was talking to Ken's grandpa, and he said that the grandpa knew his, Moon Guy's, mother. So we're thinking...
Knew biblically, wink.
Wink. Well, that's what we
think
thought.
yeah.
So we're like, okay, either Ken is Moon Guy, and they're the same person, or they're brothers...
Or something.
Turns
out we're wrong.
Turns out no. Fuck you.
Yes.
But then they go to the beach, and it's raining. And then...
it's monsoon, isn't it? Like a monsoon?
It's like a monsoon, but they're like, hey, we decided to go to the fucking beach. We're going to the beach. And then... and then we drift into fucking imaginary land again.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh man, Ken's going to disappear. And then he doesn't. And she wakes up and everything's fine.
Wait. You missed the whole part here.
What happened?
Fuck. No, I forgot about it. But you did miss something. Oh, yeah, the whole scene where they're like on the dock. And Moon Guy's like, I have to return to the moon.
That's a good scene.
Which is a great line. It's a good thing to say anytime.
Yes, I have to. Very casually, in his very like dramatic, super smooth fashion. I have to return.
Let's say you're getting
announcing.
You're cutting me off. I have a primo goof.
Okay.
I don't actually have a primo goof. I just want to say dumb shit. So let's say you're like in line at Burger King, and it's like, and what will be your order, sir? And you just say, I have to return to the moon, and then you go on with your order. And you've ruined a girl's day because she spends the entire rest of I'm assuming it's a girl behind the counter.
But that's not a situation where if you were actually from the moon, you would say, I have to return to the moon. Like, you have to... it has to come about naturally.
How are you doing, sir? Oh, I have to return to the moon.
I don't like that.
What do you mean?
I think it would work better if, like, you're actually serious about it. It's just... You get kind of like in my anecdote earlier. It's like, how's it going? Well, I have to return to the moon.
That's literally what I just said.
I know, but it's like, hey, I'm going to have a number 3. I'm going to return to the moon and have ketchup.
Well, I suggested later.
What was that?
No.
A number 3? No, after that. Side of fries? No, you said something about the moon.
Well, I have to go.
I got you. I said I was going back to the moon. Oh, you silly. Oh, I make $3
an hour. And then you just drop into fantasy world, and then they realize that they're actually long lost childhood friends.
I wonder
something like that.
I should try that. This should be like a social experiment. How long can
It's a prank.
How long could I have a conversation with someone about me going back to the moon?
If it's a homeless person, until you give them food.
The moon.
I couldn't believe it.
You had to get that in there. Okay,
it needs to be one per episode.
We got to keep going. Okay, so
then Natsuki is like, she starts crying.
Whoa, what? It's not the first time.
Okay.
I guess.
Ken and Natsuki.
Kanahana's, I was just like, okay, you can have him.
Ken and Natsuki, they're at home or whatever, and Moon Guy comes and he's there and he's like, "Oh, are you alone?" He's whatever. He says, "I'm here." Ken says, "I'm here to see you off." Basically, I'm here to watch you. Say
Hold on, you skipped something.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Moon Guy and Ken are walking on the beach, and he explains that. What did we figure out happened? It was Moon Guy's dad traveled to the past when Ken's grandpa was probably a kid, and Ken's grandpa foiled his plans to do the psychic thing again, and Moon Guy's dad brought his mom, who he met in the past, back to the future, and that's when Moon Guy was born.
That's why he can't. That's why he can't exist in our timeline. And
that's yes.
Yeah.
And then she couldn't get brought back. So
she was very lonely.
she was lonely and sad, and so she probably killed herself.
Maybe
because she died.
Maybe she wasted away from loneliness.
Something like maybe she lost the will to live. So there's like an entire other movie of this exact thing happening.
That's what you said. That I'm like, yeah,
that we didn't see.
When this episode is over and on the internet, I'm going to listen to what you just said over and over and over again until it finally makes sense.
It will never make sense because
it makes sense. I got it.
Yeah, I mean, you will, but it's hard to explain. Such is the nature of communication. Such is the nature of...
Why did he...
Oh! Okay, we're good. It was just clicking.
Why did he just say that with an accent?
Because communication is hard. Such is the nature of communication. You can never truly explain what's going on the inside, bro. That's why you need psychic.
There's a lot of cell phone...
You'll never
There's a lot of talk in this movie about how you can't truly reach each other, but you can hold hands. And you can feel each other's warmth, and that's good. That's good enough for me.
It's good enough.
It's kind of like explained in the beginning of the movie.
It's very thinly veiled, but it's good.
When the teacher is
still better than Nathan
is talking about the phone policy, and he's saying like, "Oh, why? Because it, it's okay to not have our cell phones on us for a while because it teaches us how to have like real human communication, build relationships with others." And it's.
I don't think Declan wants that at all.
No.
That's poor shit is what that is.
Yeah. Like, when was the last time you were in line for something and you just talked to somebody?
Zero, ever.
Okay.
No.
So I was at a play, and I went to the restroom during the intermission, and I'm taking a piss in a urinal, and this guy walks up to me, he's like, brutal, right? I'm like, all right. He's like, well, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. It's this frat dude talking about plays as if he knows.
Right. This is the play you said was bad.
What was the play though?
It was A Perfect Wedding.
Never heard of it.
It's a very modern play, so it's not very good.
Where did you see this?
What?
Where did you see this?
At my school.
Oh, your college, but no.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
not even that. We were at a Death Grips concert, and you just turned to the guy behind you and just started asking him questions, and everything you said, right on, right on.
I could see you doing
literally every answer just right on.
I don't know. I just wanted to hear somebody talk. Man,
I was standing
MC
right there.
Ride wasn't screaming.
I've talked to you for a while. What's this guy up to? Right on. You know what I mean? But it's
I've had some good nods and stuff with people around me at concerts.
Good nods.
Good nods. What do we get at a good nod?
Hey bro, you got any good nods?
Yeah. So okay, let's just wrap the movie up. Let's just do it.
Okay, so
oh god.
Then Ken comes to see Moon Guy off, go back to the moon, and he's like, and then they fight, and then they go into the flashback.
Yes.
And then it's revealed that Natsuki went back into the past because Ken died, and she saved him.
How?
I don't know.
How did she do that?
I don't, Ethan.
You have no rightful idea?
It was her from the past. It wasn't her present self in the past. It was her past self.
But how did she do that?
What do you mean her past? What are you talking about?
As in, it's like, all right. It's like
she went back and made this decision when she was a child.
Oh, okay. So when she was a child.
But how did she do? But how?
What? I thought she went back as her current self.
She didn't.
How do you know that?
Because it was like the child self was saying these things.
Well, I mean, that's...
Maybe you think it's... Okay.
Oh, I think that's how she looked back then, but I think she came back from the future and did that.
I don't understand how, though, because she doesn't have a time travel device at all.
Oh, don't know.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie...
And for some reason, the thing that killed him didn't kill her.
Yes. Maybe she pushed her out of the way of a train.
I guess he is pretty kind of a wimp.
Train would really fuck you up. I'm thinking more of a bus, maybe. Maybe a car.
Sure, yeah.
Because a train would trample your shit. Okay, so Ken and Cuba, and they
Moon Guy.
He's like, hey, I'm not gonna let you go, Moon Guy. I'm gonna help you come back here, even if it kills me.
And Moon Guy's like, that's not gonna work. You can't do that.
Fuck
and
you.
He's like, fuck you.
He's right. It doesn't work. And then neither one of them comes back.
No, they both come back, and then it happens again.
Yes.
And then they're gone.
Yes.
So they come back and they're sweaty and tired and like they just duked it out and then I forget what happens and they disappear and then instead of them, what pops back out of this dimensional rift is a little 2 cups with a string in between and the string is tied.
Oh, that
as if it's been mended.
That symbolized the communication.
It's a cell phone.
Well, no, it's just communication. in general.
Yes.
between Ken
non-complete communication.
Okay, and then then that's where the movie ends.
Well, no.
You think?
No, well, Natsuki forgets Ken.
Which is sad.
because his existence was never.
He was wiped out from this timeline or some
Yes.
bullshit.
Yeah, because Moon Guy was like, hey, you won't exist anymore if you stop me. And he's like, I don't care.
Okay, and then, which is weird
Pose
because I don't
before
think
bros,
they
dude.
didn't really have a super huge connection. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe he just thought it would be
don't-
unjust for him to have to go back to the future.
Yeah,
that's
it was
a very
like
shonen thing.
people here care about you, and that's why you're here. And
People don't care about you in the future. People care about you now.
I guess.
Yeah. And then,
Nice.
But it's like we were watching this, and she just goes, "Who's Ken?" And we're just like, "Oh, it's fucking credits." And then credits, like,
Yep.
And then we just middle finger. There was not a hand in this room that was not flipping the bird at this screen.
all 6 of our mittens were we're directing the middle finger directly at the
Well,
TV.
okay.
And
Oh, that was bad.
And that was and that's the end of the movie. Except
It's a
in
good
the
kick in the balls.
Except,
post-credit sequence.
10 minutes later, after the credits, he's like, "Hey, I'm back."
Hey, by the way, I'm back.
Remember me? Then she starts crying.
But then Moon Guy is not back.
And then Moon Guy's. Or no, didn't he come back as Little Fox?
Is that the implication?
It's a different Fox, so it's probably him, right?
It was red.
But then is the fox there?
What do you mean?
Doesn't
Yeah,
the fox
the fox
doesn't
is
it
there.
turn into a time travel device?
Maybe he can do that at will.
Fuck it. Okay. And
don't
but then
know.
he's back in a way.
Yes.
Maybe that's what happens to his dad. His dad tried to bring his mom back to the present or some bullshit,
And it didn't work?
And then it didn't work, and he was turned into a fox guy.
Okay, but what happened to Moon Guy's dad then? Did he go back to the
That's
movie?
what I'm saying. Moon Guy's dad did.
No, but what happened to him in the movie?
I don't know.
Okay. He's probably fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's cool.
And then Natsuki...
Grandpa is not dead, even though he had a heart attack. We forgot to mention that.
Yes, he's in a wheelchair. Natsuki did remember him again.
Okay.
Spoilers.
And that's the end of the movie.
Doesn't really
It's a
make
good
sense to
movie.
me.
It's a good movie.
It's fun. You should watch it. It's a good time. Watch
Now
it.
that we spoiled everything for
Watch
you.
it. Watch it with friends.
Sure. Yeah, it was very good.
Take your friends who don't know anything about the movie and make them watch it and see what they think.
Yeah.
Speaking of what we think, do you have a guy question?
Well, okay. Fuck you then.
Yes.
Um,
You just got sandbagged. Dude.
I was thinking before we did this episode that we have so much knowledge, and we don't
have any
books.
Lamborghinis.
We don't have any Lamborghinis. We don't have any books on our shelf.
What if we had knowledge and Lamborghinis?
We're not in the Hollywood Hills.
No.
We have to speak for yourself, dude.
We're going to keep going with this joke. But
This very
we don't-
dated joke.
Yeah. But I was just like, we don't work hard enough to spread this knowledge.
Yes.
And I want to help. I started this podcast because I want to help people. Is really what it gets down to in the end of the day.
But here, we want to help people. All of us.
All
the
of
three
us
of us
here.
The three Aweebos need to help people with their massive anime knowledge.
We just want to know.
or general knowledge.
Let us help you.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Um,
who are we helping today?
Well, I figured there's no one that needs more help than the fine, but sometimes misguided community of Gaia Online.
Yes. They're great people over at Gaia Online.
They've been traversing this path called life, and they have no direction.
And we're here to give them that.
And they have no one to tell them right from wrong.
Up from down.
And I figured, we might go through a few of these today. I don't know.
Okay.
Depends on how much wisdom we can dish out.
There's only so much.
Yeah, but I just perused for some questions real quick. Some of these are anime related. Some of them might not be.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
We know a lot about life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see if we can just spread some goodness and some wisdom into the world.
Okay. Let's do it.
This is from Gaia community member Lerpa-chan.
Lerpa-chan, yeah, nice guy,
This
nice
is posted 2.9 months ago. She asks, does Bleach even exist anymore?
Well, wait. I mean, that's a really deep question, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is metaphorical.
I mean, does it exist in the public consciousness? Because probably not. But is it over?
I don't know. Because the fact that she apparently can't Google this is leading me to believe that this is much more deeper
it is
than it initially.
Maybe she's wondering if she's the only one following it. Does Bleach even exist anymore to you people?
Kubo, are you even trying, man?
Yes.
Your drawings have really gone into the toilet.
The heart indeed.
Yeah, that was 7 years
Yeah.
ago. I can't believe
Isn't
it.
Bleach on Netflix?
Probably. So yes, to answer the question, yes, Bleach does exist.
It does. Both the product and the manga anime franchise.
Yes.
But the anime got canceled.
Yes.
One of my favorite drinks.
So there you go. You want another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's keep helping people. We got a lot of
This
help.
is, I have to answer this CAPTCHA to open this thread.
That's cool. That's a good thing.
That's a fun. User Blur Asksberry, Bluras Xberry
Okay.
asks, this is a really tough one. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Did you think Clannad was sad?
It's like literally on the box of Clannad. It's like the tagline should be Clannad. It's sad. Like
I feel out of the loop here. I need to watch that show.
I'd say yes.
I also haven't watched it, so
it's
so
as,
sad then?
As the only bearer of Clannad knowledge, I would say it's a bit of a bum.
Okay, well there you go. Blue Raspberry. I can't.
Rasputin, Blue Rasputin.
So now you
Yes.
know what emotions you should connect with this show.
You've discovered a new emotion, sadness.
Oh man, that's really sad.
Yeah. Okay, this is a health and fitness question, which you guys are super.
We're huge.
You're gigantic.
I'm gonna rip my shirt right now.
Yeah,
It's
this
my
is sort of a diet related question from Blacklust Perfume. I'll wait till Ethan's done texting so we can.
I'm listening right now.
Yeah,
I don't think
got
you.
this.
I think you need to be on your game for this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Man, you can't.
Go ahead.
Okay. Blacklust Perfume would like to know. Seriously, what is carbs?
What is carbs?
Carbohydrates?
Oh, okay.
Carbs are a source
There
of
we go.
energy, my
Problem
All right,
solved.
done. We're
Yes.
so good at this.
We're killing it. It's an energy unit.
Okay.
Yes.
Cacophonia would like to ask.
Cacophonia?
No.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
Cacophonia.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Who else feels super old?
Old
man.
people.
That's good.
Not
Steven?
old people in those commercials though, because they're young again because they can fuck. Okay.
The ones in the bathtub.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
I
now their
had-
logo, by the way. It's worth noting.
I had my grandfather and my cousin's grandfather over today, and they're both well in their 80s. And
He's just launched into his own.
Okay,
and
go ahead.
it was kind of
Steven podcast?
sad
It's
because
like an audio memory. He's just as he remembers it, he has to say it out loud.
It's like he's reading into a tape recorder. He's like,
I just thought
I bought a
no.
Snickers bar the other day, and actually
It was
it's,
tasty.
my
it's pretty
grandfather.
tasty.
Usually in any kind of room, my grandfather is the only one that's way older than everyone else. And well, today there's someone that was just as old as he was, and I don't really see that quite often. And it was kind of sad because they would both try to say things to another, but no one could hear you. Like, you know,
what?
Hey, Phil. Hey, Phil. Huh? It's like, and then, but and vice versa. You know.
I think that's how Steven lives now, actually. Steven's basically... Have you ever thought that Steven might just be an old soul and he's just got fucked up hearing as well?
What?
I don't know. Do people know the saga of Steven's what? Like how Steven never hears anything?
I've been given a nickname "What" by my coworkers because they'll say something to me and I'll just reply with "What?"
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Give me another Gaia.
More Gaia?
Is that it? I can do one more. I got
Okay,
one more.
yeah, I have.
We
one
can't
more.
spread too much knowledge.
Exactly.
The
but
wisdom of the universe is
I
only
have
for the few.
exactly one more for you.
Okay.
Ethan, you're a Naruto expert, so this is all you, cuz.
I have consumed all of Naruto.
Awesome.
Naruto.
What about Bavuto? What's his son?
Boruto.
Buvy Boto. Quasi Buv. Okay, this is from community member Candy Panda Yavana, who would like to know if KHR were reborn into the Naruto world, who? Who, Ethan?
Who's KHR?
Would you like to read the full question?
Yes.
Okay. He says, I say he because his avatar appears male, but hey, who am I to judge?
Yeah. They. Is the non-gender specific pronouns.
I was thinking that if the KHR characters were reborn into the Naruto world, what clan would they be from? If any, just who would they be?
I don't know what KHR
I decided
is.
that Suna would be Naruto's younger twin, reborn a cousin of Sasuke's, Lampo, Tenten little brother, Ryohei Lee's brother, Takashi, abducted by Hayato, Muroko, and Chrome twins from the Kurama house, and Goku Dara, the younger brother to Deidara, and so on. But I was wondering what other people thought?
Sounds like
what is
they're the ones
KHR?
spreading the
Okay, do you want me to just Google KHR?
Yeah, you want to hit me up with that? It's probably gonna give you some medical bullshit.
Reborn.
What?
Katekyo Hitman Reborn.
Oh, of course. I don't know what the fuck that is. I think the answer is that everybody should be...
But Ethan, who?
I think everybody should be in the village hidden in the grass.
Okay.
Because it's pretty there.
That's pretty deep, man.
Yeah. I don't know. No, why would you have war when you got such beautiful landscapes?
In Naruto?
What? No. I mean, I was talking about the art.
Just like in the worlds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a pretty region.
Sure, yeah.
I actually know way too much about Naruto. Like,
I mean, you know a thing, so yes.
I know every element of Naruto for the most part. Like I could tell you what the different clans are. I could tell you what the different regions are. I could tell you who the fucking different villages are and who runs them and what the significance of those different villages are.
That sounds terrible.
I should apply those someday to something. Oh wait, there's no fucking use for all that knowledge.
You could become like the mangaka's assistant.
I could be the lore keeper.
This person's post on this website.
What happened? Wait, you know how there was a Star Wars lore keeper? Like there was a guy whose job was
literally just one guy?
Yeah, there was a guy whose job it was to maintain all of the knowledge of Star Wars.
Oh wow!
And
was he the guy that decided the canons?
So what? Yes. So what happened to him after they got rid of canon?
He has to maintain this new canon.
But like, there's nothing in it. Is his job just
not
over?
yet? But I mean, there was nothing. It's not like Star Wars is constantly getting updated.
The new Star Wars patch, bro.
Yeah, like it's not like he's just gonna there's so many there's gonna be books and spin-offs and all
this
stuff.
There's like 18 movies planned.
It's like he has the same job, but everything got reset, so he's just starting.
It's an easier job. He's probably got to load off his mind.
Yeah.
Speaking of load off her mind.
God, I'm just going through these questions. This is just an endless gold mine.
All right, just give me one more. Yeah, let's end on a good one. Let's end on a good one.
I would like to. Oh, I mean. Okay.
You're gonna have to cut out all this dead air.
Yeah.
But you won't.
No, I always do.
Oh, okay, cool.
I always do.
Okay.
Have you even been listening?
Punch this shit up.
In the anime/manga/comics board, keep in mind, this board is not specific to any particular show.
It's just a general.
Just a general.
But it also has comics in there?
Comics also, yes.
That's mean. Okay.
This is from user Masmoto. And he does not specify if he's talking about a show or maybe just his real life.
Oh, yeah.
He would like to ask,
yeah.
Finn's dad, how horrible is he?
I think it's talking about Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Because Finn's dad is a horrible monster.
Anime, manga, and comics.
Comics.
That's a great question. Wait, hold on. Finn. I bet he's pretty bad.
Finn's a bad name. No good dad.
Like Finn's a weak name. You know what I mean? You need a strong vowel or not a strong consonant in there. You know what I mean? Like you're Declan. Like you got D and C in there. Steven's got that
strong ass letters.
I gotta tell you, Declan. Though every time I mention every time I mention your name or something.
Nobody knows his name.
Everyone's like,
oh, why would they?
That's a weird.
It's a pretty common name.
No, it is not.
I hear that name all the time.
Oh, Ethan, you started a thread in here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who else watches Daria?
Are you high? Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, 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 hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. I'm fucking these hoes on my hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, 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 hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, 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 hoverboard. I'm fucking these hoes on my hoverboard. Fucking your girl on my hoverboard. Busting a nut on my hoverboard. Then I'm on drugs on my hoverboard. Doing my dance on my hoverboard. Doing my dance, I call it the hoverboard. 1 foot at 360, 1 foot at 360. 1 foot at 360, 1 foot at 360. 1 foot at 360. No fat hoes allowed on my hoverboard. New Nikes are a must on my hoverboard. I'm sipping codeine on my hoverboard. I just spilled codeine on my hoverboard. I think I'm in love with my hoverboard. I knocked a dude out on my hoverboard. It makes me aerodynamic when I fight. Broken had to buy another board. Hoverboard, so I'm never bored. Hoverboard, hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, 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 hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. Hoverboard, 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 hoverboard. Hoverboard, hoverboard. hoverboard.